Hey Danielle, first off, congrats on this. It's very exciting. How are you feeling about the honor?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's like you said, honor. It's a big honor and a big title to be a voice of change. So I feel a little pressure to live up to that. But if it means that more people are going to listen to the podcast and engage on the subject of climate change in the North, then I think that's really important.
Were you expecting anything like this when you were putting this podcast together?
No, I really didn't. Like, when you're talking about something like climate change, my main struggle was just, will people listen to this podcast? How do we make people care? And so we took great care to do a narrative arc and focus a lot on people's lives and the experiences. And, to many of us, that far north, the high Arctic is quite an exotic location. So I wanted to rest more on that intrigue and then hopefully teach people as they went along. But when you're doing this work, of course, awards and recognition is nice, but you can't really have that in the forefront of your mind when you're doing something.
Yeah, for sure. The place that thaws is an important story to tell about the Canadian Arctic. Do you feel it helped got the conversation going in the long run here?
I think it's the interesting thing about podcasts is that they have a really long tail. So, you launch something and then months later, people are still discovering it. And so in this case, I think I haven't yet seen that like a big conversation spark from the podcast. I hope that this recognition will help to do that. But I do think that it is another layer in having people understand, what's happening both in the Arctic and then to some extent what's happening further south where we are, because what happens up north affects us. And I think we need to draw that connection. So I think we're still waiting for that big conversation, even though climate change is everywhere as a subject. It's not with everyone. That's how I'd put that.
Yeah, it's definitely something we can come back to and talk about more for sure with each week and each year here. Do you have any more podcasts in the future?
I hope. I think I'd love to do another. My dream is another season of The Place That Thaws. If that can happen, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I will be doing some work on some future podcasts, but I can't quite talk about that yet. So stay tuned.
We'll definitely for sure stay tuned. Danielle, thank you for chatting with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Creason.